I'm King 5 meteorologist Rich Marriott, and it's a first alert weather day today. In fact, the next 3 days are first alert weather days as we're on track to see some more heat around western Washington as we continue our pendulum up and down in terms of our temperature and our weather. Yesterday, well, we got a little bit of a preview over the weekends. We had those cool temperatures on Saturday and a lot of clouds around until we got into the afternoon. Then yesterday, it cleared earlier. Things began to warm up. If we take a look at the high temperatures from yesterday, that is showing us that the highs over much of the area. I've got to figure out what I take this with here. So we'll learn on the air here. How do we take the graphics up here? I've lost John. You do. Okay, there they are. Thank you. Gotcha. No problem. It's still early. It's weather-wise. So yesterday we did warm up 77 degrees out at SeaTac. That was up quite a bit from Saturday. I think we were only in the low 70s on Saturday. And in the Olympia area, we popped up to that 80-degree mark, a sign we've got things starting to warm up. And we are into the longest days of the year now, so being just past that solstice on Sunday. And that was kind of reflected in the fact just having the clearing skies and turning off that ocean air conditioning briefly, that actually allowed those temperatures to really pop up anywhere from the low 70s, low to mid 70s there north of Seattle, and then into the upper 70s to near 80 degrees down around the Olympia area. Still cool out along the coast where that marine air kind of held in there yesterday, only getting up into the low to mid 60s. Beautiful start to the day on this Monday. Looking out from our Port Angeles tower cam. Actually, earlier this morning, they were totally engulfed in clouds and fog as that marine air pushed back into Puget Sound again, all the way into Whidbey Island in that area. Brought a little bit of cooling there, but that's retreated to the coast now, as you can see from that Port Angeles tower cam. And that's probably where it's going to be spending most of the next couple of days. And with our ocean air conditioning vacationing along the coast, we're not going to see much in the way of any cooling from that, which is going to allow our temperatures to start to move up. And we could see some temperatures up into the low 90s by the time we get to Tuesday. Looking out from the Columbia Tower cam, you see we've got a lot of sunshine out there everywhere we look around Puget Sound. And there in Tacoma, looking out across the water towards Mount Baker's out there somewhere just above that ridgeline in the distance. But there at Westport, you can see we've got the clouds and fog that are still hanging out there. They should clear a little bit later on, but it's still going to hold them down into the 60s. Take a look at the satellite image. You can see what I was talking about. This is from about 7 o'clock this morning. You see the fog and low clouds stretching up through the Strait of Juan de Fuca, all the way up there to Whidbey and Camano Islands and into parts of the Skagit, into Skagit County as well, and then into southwestern Washington, up into the South Sound and parts of the Hood Canal area. So overall, it got a little bit of cooling into there, but that is moving away from us. And because of that, we're in first alert weather for today through Wednesday. The heat's going to peak tomorrow when we'll see temperatures in the mid to upper 80s with some low 90s down around the South Sound area. That's about 10 to 20 degrees above our normal highs for this time of the year, also giving us an elevated fire risk, especially with grasses and smaller plants that have had a chance to completely dry out. Now they are basically fuel for any fires that get underway. This applies to all of western Washington with the exception of the Pacific Coast, where that marine deck is going to kind of stay in there and keep them quite a bit cooler. They'll be down in the 60s while we're pushing up into the low 90s. So we'll continue to see that heat advisory from the Weather Service. It's going to effect here in about an hour and a half. It goes into effect at 11 o'clock Monday morning, continues until 11 p.m. on Wednesday. And even though we'll see a little bit of cooling as we head towards Wednesday, it's still going to be a pretty warm day. And we do have that World Cup match coming up on Wednesday, the next one. It doesn't look too bad for it, very comparable to what we saw on Friday. Will be enough cooling by Wednesday that probably at noontime for that start of that game between Bosnia-Herzegovina and Qatar, we're going to be seeing temperatures in the upper 70s to right near 80 degrees. And then as we head towards probably the end of the game, they might get up into near the 80s. Sharp contrast, though, for the game on Friday. It's going to be a shock to viewers around the world seeing nothing but sunshine in Seattle. First of all, it's an 8 p.m. game, and we're looking at clouds and the chance of showers in those temperatures only in the low to mid 60s, pretty much staying solidly through the game on Friday. But I don't think that'll dampen anybody's spirits out there as the World Cup festivities continue around western Washington. We do have the UV index up today and tomorrow and into Wednesday. Look for that to be in the high to very high range. So if you're headed out to a game or just out to a viewing party or hanging out on the waterfront, enjoying all the World Cup festivities that are going on, don't forget the sunscreen or the sunglasses. Probably going to need both of those here for the next couple of days. And take a look at the computer model. You can see it just shows few clouds, mainly along the coast as we head towards this morning. And then we're getting some high clouds that are going to drift through here tomorrow. Might filter the sun a little bit, but isn't going to cool it down that much. And then as we head on towards later on Wednesday, you start to see more clouds gathering out there along the coast, and we'll see that real push as we head into Thursday. That's going to cool us back down into the upper 60s and low 70s for highs. And you'll see for the first time since way back on the 9th of June, we do have a weak front pushing in. That is going to be wetting us down, it looks like, as we head towards late Thursday night on into Friday as that front moves on through here, starts to wet us down. Not going to be a big producer, but any rain we get this time of the year is definitely very, very welcome around here. And you see, as we head on into Saturday, the showers continue. As we hit Sunday, though, it does tend to dry out. It's only going to leave behind some mountain showers, it looks like, as we get into Sunday. So checking that extended forecast, we're going to be looking for today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. Again, they're going to be first alert weather days because of the sunshine and the temperatures. The temperatures today will be mostly in the low to mid 80s, but could be into the upper 80s down in the South Sound. Tomorrow will be a hottest day with temperatures in the 80s to some low 90s in the South Sound. We'll see that cooling on Wednesday, but we'll also see those overnight lows both Tuesday and Wednesday mornings in the low to maybe mid 60s. So really hard to cool down homes that don't have air conditioning. So even though it won't be as hot on Wednesday, still a tough day for some folks. And then as we head into Thursday, we do see that clearing and cooling with partly sunny skies, some mountain showers. Friday, those showers move in during the day, mid 60s, and we'll see showers and sun breaks on Saturday. Should dry out Sunday, but if you're planning some hiking on Sunday, definitely need the rain gear still because there's going to be some mountain showers up there. So overall, it's going to be kind of a wet 7 days headed our way, and a lot of people are going to be heading out over the next couple of days to hit the beaches, and we're going to be looking for a lot of people heading out to the beaches. And we'll take a look at the beach forecast and what the water temperatures are doing out there in the lakes, oceans, and in the Sound coming up in just a couple of minutes.